Okay, folks. Today we want to say a massive welcome to you. Those of you watching me across the hold on. Those of you watching me across the globe, I want to welcome you to this edition of the ABBA Organic Farm, Liberia's Farmers Union. And this is where we talk about agriculture, the escalation of agriculture in Africa and the rest of the world. Why is it important? Why should we be talking about agriculture? We want you to join us tonight as we go in depth of this discussion. And we believe that agriculture is now the time and its seasons as we explore different credible sources for which we believe that agriculture must be heavily impacted and must be one of the key areas that we strengthen in order to back on the growth and development of all of our nations. So tonight we are going to be joined by our guest here, whom will be introducing himself, and also we will be discussing meaningful impacts on agriculture. So if you are a farmer, perhaps you are part of the organic community or just a farming community, or perhaps you just have an interest in agriculture. We want you to join, share this video, and be a part as we together embark on this journey. We must feed this world as now is the time. Globally, we need food. Thank you for joining. Your host is Madam Abba A. Anderson, and I'm once more glad to be here with you. So the number on the screen there is our WhatsApp number. If you have any contribution, you can just directly dial that number and we will bring you in to bring out your own analysis about this topic tonight. So tonight we are going to be focusing on agriculture only. And besides, we are going to be exploring different avenues in making sure that agriculture work. Thank you for being a part. As we go live, please help us, like I said, share this video. And welcome again to the ABBA Organic Farm, Liberia's Farmers Union. This is how we are bringing the show to its stand.
Fellow Liberians, as we all have entered this year 2023, we have to stand strong in building our country's economy. In doing this, we need to focus on agriculture by going back to the soil, which will help us grow our food, that will help us sustain ourselves. It is often said, and I quote, "There's only one thing that can bring our country down and also has the potential of giving our country its bright color. Our dependence on foreign countries for food and energy have led us to be spectators of our country's economy, knowing that agriculture is the backbone of our country's economy. Fellow citizens, I argue you all join the ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Africa 24 Online TV with their host, Ma Abba A. Anderson, the CEO and founder of ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. For a live educative section under the topic, let's educate our farmers.
Again, we say welcome, 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 all of you watching. And I want to say thanks there to Brother James Bono watching us for this edition. We encourage all of you to kindly share our video. Just before we will continue our show, we want to invite our guest tonight, whom will be able to introduce himself, his background, and talk a little bit more about his experience on the show. Welcome again to this edition.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity given to me to express myself and share my political contribution about agriculture in Liberia. My name is Kosho. I am a social content creator. I am the result to promote agriculture in Africa. I've had the opportunity to meet more than 400 farmers across Africa. I was in Syria, I had the opportunity to meet the president, with the president farm. I met the minister. I also went to his farm. Presently, I am in Liberia. I've gone to so many farms, and I was also privileged to document the second but the biggest rubber processing company in Liberia will be starting in April. So, not to take much of your time, I would like to welcome everybody on board, and should in case somebody is having anything, then we are going to discuss together. But first of all, put in mind that he that feeds you controls you. So we must learn to feed the one so that we can control the one. Good evening.
Thank you. He that feeds the word control you. Indeed. And it is so good that you are from the soil. So we want to know. Oh, sorry, his network might have stripped up, but we hope that he will come back, very soon, to give us more details. And this is important. And yeah, so I think he's back now. Network still tripping, but we just want you to kind of share the video because it's very educative, and we want other farmers, sons and daughters of the soil, to get to hear this information. So please, we need to know where your background is from.
I am a Cameroonian. I am agricultural
Yeah,
agripreneur.
the background is not too clear, so the voice keep going in and out.
Are you okay now? Are you getting me?
Yeah, I think it's better now.
Okay. Okay. So any other question, I would like to respond it.
Yeah, it's still tripping. It's still tripping. I don't know why, but it's still tripping. Maybe.
Is it tripping?
Okay, now it's better. Yeah, sometimes the
Okay,
voice
let me.
go in and out. That's why. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. It's
I think
still
you're much clearer now. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So I was
So
asking, yeah, about your background.
I go to an agri school from Cameroon. Uh, I study mostly animal science. But my passion is to promote.
I think the location may be because it comes up very clearly and then it goes back. So perhaps you just need to move a little bit around somewhere. I think.
Let me see if it,
Yeah.
is it okay now because I am here.
Yeah, I think it sounds better now. So you can just
Is
go
it
back on the question, please.
okay because I am in a hotel. I don't know.
Mm.
Whoosh. Okay, now
Yeah.
it means I will need to. Let me see. Oh,
But
is it
your
okay
voice is
now?
clear on it. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Oh, okay, can we can talk now. If that is the
Yeah. Okay, so sorry, I was asking you your background. where you from, and and then we will now get to the next question on that.
I am from Cameroon. I'm a Cameroonian.
Nice meeting you.
Thank
Nice
you very
meeting
much.
you. And we say thank you. And to all of the great fans, we have fans all over Africa. So Cameroon is no exception. So we want to say bonjour tout le monde. En Cameroun,
Bon,
to dire merci, bonjour.
bonsoir. Bonsoir.
Oui, oui, bonsoir.
Oui, oui, parce que c'est
Mon
déjà la
français,
nuit.
c'est pas très bien, mais quand même, ça va aller. So, tous les
Oui, mais c'est
Camerounais,
un peu, même moi,
bienvenue aussi.
oui, mais c'est un peu, même moi, je n'ai pas fort en français parce que j'ai grandi dans zone anglophone. À part ça,
Oui,
français, ce n'est pas mon langue, c'est la langue des Européens qui a amené pour nous. C'est comme
nous.
ça, je n'ai pas fort en français.
Oui, 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 mais ça va quand même. Tous les
Oui, oui.
francophones aussi, bienvenue, parce que ici, c'est la place pour tout le monde. So, bienvenue et merci aussi. All right, so we're going back
Bienvenue.
now.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, so we're now going back to why you decided to get involved in agriculture. Why do you think agriculture is somewhere you want to explode? Why?
Okay. First of all, I was in Europe. I lived in Europe before,
Yeah.
and my I just want to document my voice so that generation will understand that
Yeah.
once upon a time, some was his voice and other places in Africa to promote agriculture because I have discovered that this present generation we cannot fight the West in politics, industrial. The greatest weapon that we can compete with the world. That was I was telling the youth in agriculture. If we put little push, we are feed the world. We have all what it takes. We have more than 65% arable. And what struck me first is that I discovered that by 2025, we
Mhm.
have close to 400 million African in diaspora. They will spend close to 2 trillion on luxurious goods. So he said, okay, let me come and encourage Africans who are in the diaspora to come and invest in agriculture. Because most of the time you meet them, they will tell you, oh, we have not seen the people that are doing well to agriculture, blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, let me take this challenge, meet successful farmers so that they can show their story, then others can come and invest into agriculture. Because the moment I seeing people doing something, then you can do it well. Yesterday I was in Nemba, and one young man, she has been to agriculture 6 years. He started with just $6,000, and he was talking a capital of more than 300,000 US dollars in just 6 years. That was
Mhm.
one of the most amazing stories. Those are the stories I would like to share out there to encourage other people that agriculture is one of the most profitable sector that you can engage yourself into.
Thank you. And this is the place where we want those voices to be heard. And this is why we are open to the word. Knowing the fact that reality has not sink in. There is no procrastination now. We are all experiencing it. You live here before, and we are here presently. As we stand, economy are flattening. Every pockets that are based in Europe and America can attest that there is a growing demand when it comes to food. There is going to be even more. Why? Because we are heavily hit right now in Europe, and because Europe is hit, the entire Western is being hit. Prices of food, including children food, have increased more than 2-3% in different countries and different locations. And this 2024 promises to be even more. Why? Because there are famine in various countries. There are technical issues that are affecting more areas. There are climate issues. So in different countries, there are climate change that are affecting the growth of crops in different areas, as well as financially. Investment in agriculture is linking into more and more debt. Why? Because where there is less production, people trying to pay more for what should be affordable. And we are all experiencing it now. We are all embarking on that journey now. If you ask people who live presently in Europe and America, people are families are now hit to the point where they are now turning to government for help on food banks, welfare. The population is becoming to feel the impact of the food shortage. While war is heavily going on in major countries that will contribute to more, food prices increase. There is now a need. If there has been a denial of the facts, I think now is the time. I think we must really seek this time. Other than that, we will see ourselves as strangers in Africa soon. Why? Because the West and other countries will definitely take investment to Africa. I foresee this coming. If we as Africans do not take this as serious as it is, the West will come in. And we will not just be having farmers working, but we will be having our economy back in the hands of our fellow people around the world. And what we fail to realize in Africa is that every country has a potential. And these potentials are very, very, very important to the growth of the economy, the society, as well as the world. In Africa, there is a huge potential now. If only we can grab and gravitate towards reality. If only our leaders can start to see agriculture from a different point of view, I think we will not be shortage of jobs. Our brothers and sisters will not be getting on boats to come to Europe and dying in the slumbers of different waters and rivers and seas. I think if we can now look at this as the way out, our economy will not be shrinking in. I see agriculture as a strength that builds any society and any community. Unless we can start elevating this strategy and putting these things in reality, we'll continue to struggle. And I'm well pleased to have you here tonight to escalate this information. Because sometimes when we are saying it, it's like, okay, these people, they don't have, nothing to do. But I think now and then, especially we that are in the West, we that are in the diaspora, can start to see things and counter reality as it stands. Prices are yet to go up. Inflation is becoming the norms of the day, where people that are in war zones heavily waiting for food. How can this be when France is getting dry of climate change? Yesterday, I was watching the news, a report from South Africa telling us that even in South Africa, farmers are becoming to experience the challenge of climate change. That means there are still going to be more mouths to feed with less investment in agriculture. We will have no stable economy. What your tip on that?
That is why, first of all, I always tell more. There was something I asked you today. What are the criteria that people that they put to make sure that passport currencies are being you have your currency become hard? The passport. Some people were talking about backed by gold disease. And for the past few days, if you go to my Facebook page, I've been telling people eat your local product, consume your local product so that you can produce the more. The
Mm-hmm.
problem is that we have been fed for a long period of time with,
Mm-hmm.
and that is why Africans we are eating all type of things, and it will
Mm-hmm.
amaze you that most of the rice that people are eating in Africa they are not rice. They are just nylon. Somebody just see somewhere melted and cut it. The cabbage and all the
So
like. The
true.
tomato. Sometimes you will fry tomato from now till tomorrow. You still have a sweety taste that is not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get here? And
Mm-hmm.
when I encountered one of the reasons, my main point to be documentary agriculture in Africa is for two people. My plight for the African youth and the African the diaspora.
Mm-hmm.
African the diaspora, they said they have two problems.
Mm-hmm.
One, they said we back home here, we are not trustworthy. Anytime
Mm-hmm.
somebody can borrow money from somewhere, be from one jangi, from somewhere, invest in Africa at the end, he will not see profit. Sometimes he will not even see capital.
Mm-hmm.
And two, they talk about government policies. That is why
Mm-hmm.
I have I have reached out to more than 400 farmers, try to find out, and most of them they have come out with where the problem is happening, and if somebody is in the diaspora, what he or she need to do, and the people that are saying that they have used that same pattern and they have succeeded. So I am working on a book or a software that people can be buying and using so that they can follow the same pattern that they can invest. That's one. To the issue of the government policies, the problem is that most of the people in the diaspora, they talk about the tax system. The tax system in Africa here is not the best. That is not a lie. But when it comes to agriculture, the tax system will not affect you. That's why I'm not encouraging most people to go into some type of businesses. When you engage into agriculture, the tax system will not affect you. So we must learn to understand that agriculture is what we need to invest into it. Like I have documented two coffee processing company, one in Liberia and one in Sierra Leone. Those people, they are doing well. What do they need? They need partnership, they need sponsorship so that they can collaborate. Those are the areas I've been encouraging people to engage into it. You can partner with them. If you have your money or you are afraid, you go, you meet lawyers, you guys put everything on the ground. The criteria are there. You can easily make money. And we happen to be in a situation that most people think that agriculture is all about going to the farm. We have
Mm-hmm.
other sectors that you can engage
Thank
into
you.
agriculture, be it disease control, be it waste management, be it value addition, processing, whatsoever. You just need to find an area and stick into it. That is just what Africa and the diaspora they need to do. I have said it. I'm still saying this here. If you are not careful, you will be a tenant abroad and you will still be a tenant in Africa.
Yeah.
What foreign nationals that grabbing lands and they are not treating like individuals, they are treating like a nation. How will you
Mm-hmm.
explain to me that a Chinese will buy 70, 80, 120 hectares of land So how we want to come and compete with them? So believe me, sometimes you guys are the one day you come just behind your house, you not even have your own land. It means you are living abroad a tenant, you come back here a tenant. So
Yes.
this is my pride to most African youth and African in the diaspora. The most easy way for you to make money or to create national wealth is for you to engage in agriculture. There are specific types of crops that you can engage yourself into it. While still abroad, you will make it. Not all of them, but you have to identify who you can work to. There's a lady by next this April and the rubber processing company will start. She was in America. She have to come down and she's doing what is good. So those people need to encourage. Don't stay there and be told that oh agriculture is not doing well. People are doing well here. You just have to identify what you can do, whom you can relate to in the criteria and some of the stuff like that, then you are good to go. Don't be hearing what people are telling you, oh, we are unable. That business that you cannot do it. Believe me, as if you card that you want to give to your brother, your family member, it's difficult. But with agriculture, believe me, you can see your money.
Yes.
Agriculture.
And I will want to join you in that, yes, because agriculture is actually the bank. I see agriculture as a bank. And how much you put in the bank is the interest you get. You don't put one
That,
penny in the bank and expect to get 1 million. No, it doesn't work.
that is it.
You only can put the amount and you can have an interest. Okay. And
Yes.
one of the places that many African in the both diaspora and locally are experiencing are one, like you said, politics. Politics has to be revisited because if we revisit our policies, that will not just only encourage, but it will improve farming activities. And one other area that needs to be really, really visited is the financial aspect. Because farming requires a lot of income. I left from here, I was in Liberia. I did farm and I was there for months. And if it was not that I had an international backing to be able to come in and go back, I would have not been able to even cope. Because the capital of farming must be able to sustain the farm for time. And while we struggle, many people do not understand, or many of our banks do not, trust the farming activities. And this is where we want that information to be clear out to the banks. Here in Europe, if you are a farmer, the fact that you have a land and you are about to farm give you support. And because you can farm and you have that land, you can get to the banks. They can trust you with a source of income that will at least improve your activities. And this is where we're lacking in Africa. We do not see the need that farming is the means of increased financial stability. Unless we can get to that point to understand that farming, it is the backbone of any and every society where we can be able to automatically grow or you, let me use the farming word, we can be able to increase our income. But today, as a farmer in Africa, go there, go to the banks. If you just tell them you are a farmer, and when automatically you will be denied any level of help, even if it means just a couple of dollars that will enhance their farming activity. It means automatically it's not possible. They don't give it to you. And I think these are the platforms that we need to use to spread those messages. Because once we start to understand that the activities of farming is the means of income, banks will not be afraid to give loans and support. How it is in Cameroon? Do farmers have the ability to want to go to the bank and have any level of support from banks as well?
The crime is everywhere, all over Africa. It's the same system. But sometimes this is why I always said the development of agricultural sector in Africa cannot go the diaspora. And this is what I still have to say again. In as much as the government policy the diaspora have to come in. Sometimes they can come in like sponsors where they have people here work with them.
Mhm.
And that's why I said it before. I will be coming out of a book on how people have been succeeding with the diaspora through how they are sponsoring their programs and how they've been making money. Because no matter how we complain, the government policy in Africa when it comes to agriculture is something else. You know,
It's
agriculture has
something
been
else.
something that
Yeah.
have been abandoned. When it comes to our educational system, agriculture is not being considered like a useful something. But with that, it's something that even at the level of kindergarten, be it the nursery school, primary school, everybody is supposed to agriculture. It's supposed to be
Yes.
more. It's not being you have to live to a level that until you go to a university, you say you are going to a professional school. You can then be going to a professional school to go and increase something. But everybody is supposed to have basic knowledge, basic practice of agriculture. Not only like you have to go for commercial purpose, but for your own home consumption. People are not doing that. If you tell somebody, oh, I have a new car, I just brought a car now from Germany, a very good from Japan, a Toyota car, people go and borrow money to come and buy their
Mhm.
car. But tell,
Mhm.
oh, I want to borrow money, invest. Can you borrow this money, invest into agriculture? They will tell you why. It is because of the mindset we are having. That is
Yes.
why I said, okay, let me continue now. Let me move around and show people success story into changing narrative. That okay, instead for you to go and buy a car or something that will be giving you problem, you can easily engage in agriculture. I've seen
Mhm.
people engage into agriculture just 3 months, 6 months, they become millionaires. It depends
Yes.
on what you go into it and the knowledge of what you're having. So it
Mhm.
is a mindset we need to start preaching to Africa. Our government also have to go into most of this program, give scholars. How will you explain to me that you are living in Liberia and they'll tell you fishing off the coast of Japan? As you have never been to Japan, we have
Yeah.
sea around here. Why can't we practice fishing off the coast of Liberia? Why can't we practice fishing in Ghana? I went to a palm nut farm here. I saw some of the nut. Those palms they produce around the whole year. Just to 2 weeks, they have to harvest them. Where are those
Yeah.
palm coming from? From Ghana. Those are from
Mhm.
lab from Ghana. They are not hybrid, but they are able to identify. We want to go
Mhm.
and take note from other continents that they are unable to do well in Africa. It is just a mindset that we have to revisit our system and know what is good for us. So that is why any
Yes.
country I go, I must make sure I talk with some of the government officials. Probably I'll have to meet some of them here before I leave, the same way I'm doing to other African countries. We need to come at, we need to sit down and talk and see the avenue on how we can really change the mindset. The school curriculum of Africa, we need to revisit it. Agriculture
That's
is
it.
supposed to be number one priority. Forget the English language we are talking, that's where we measure our level of intelligence, which is not supposed to be so. We are supposed to be
No.
measuring our intelligence in an era that, oh, I can produce, I can do this. I saw a farmer who just started 2 years ago with just 5 pigs. Today we are talking more than 400 pigs. How does he
Mhm.
do that? Just concentration and doing something else. So until we realize, until we get to that level that if you're not a farmer, then you are not a human being. No, rather than if you are not, you cannot speak English, you cannot speak French, then you are not intelligent. Until we start to rebrandish and make agriculture sexy and make people to understand that oh, we can create wealth. Let me tell you, the oldest company in Africa and the world is agriculture. Our great grandparents sponsor us to agriculture, and we are still into it. We are looking like something that is new, but somehow we left to agriculture. We don't want to go and continue where they ended, and sometimes I'm afraid, I'm ashamed that our parents, they never went to school, but they managed most of these things better than us. We are just moving around. Somebody will say, I went to an agri school, but he's still moving around and looking for job.
Mhm.
That is
Mhm.
the mindset we have him. But whereas we have free land, we have that can tomatoes can do well, cassava can do well. It's just for you to just take 6, 7, 8 months and you start to harvest. Avocados are making market. People are making snail farming. People are catching out making. Those are some of the avenue people don't know until we start to put out videos convincing Africans, let's do this, or else this opportunity pass us by. That is my message to most Africans.
Yes. And it is indeed true because as we sit here today, we now realize that the world economy heavily rests on agriculture. Today, people in different countries, their greatest worry is how to cope with the growing concern of food prices increasing on a daily basis with no level of understanding a time frame where this will anytime end soon. And so this is why we here at the Abba Organic Farm, we are looking at a greater picture. If this year the farming activity is as low as it is, with the increase of the population, then the next 5 years, there is going to be even more. And if there's nothing that will be put in place now, how can we cope with what is going to be lying ahead of us? Because reality is facing us now. Today, a cassava leaf. Here, we will buy three in a little sack or a little plastic. We will buy three for £5. For us, it was not quite expensive. We would say, okay, it's good, it's nice, it's all right. But today, the very thing that was sold few weeks ago for £5 is now £7, £8. And this must be everybody concerns. Because even if you do not like agriculture in any form or in any way, the reality stands that you have to feed yourself. Your family needs food. And if your income does not match your expenditure, that means there is a problem. And that is the problem now. When we started to discuss these things years back, it was like, oh man, it doesn't, I mean, I don't feel affected. I can go into the supermarket today and I can purchase whatever I can purchase. I can be able to go here and I can eat whatever I can eat. But now, the reality is now. Families are now going back to government welfare. Everyone relying on government paychecks and other means to feed family. Incomes are no longer strong to balance daily expenditure. So we are now experiencing it as it stands. It's a current information, and I want you all listening to this broadcast to please go ahead, do your own analysis, your research. The world is open. I have friends in the US, I have friends in Europe, I have friends in other part of the world, and you will see that what we're saying here is in line with the true picture of the future. And if we do not seek these things now and actually start to attack this as a problem, we as Africans, we will always work and our income will only be to feed ourselves. And I think we should do more than that. I think we should be building a legacy. I think we should be impacting the next generation. I think we should be strengthening our economy to prevent more young people leaving our different countries to go seeking international help with the hope that coming to Europe and America will empower them. I think now we can create jobs that can be able to feed families. I think we can minimize the jobs in the very community if we create a platform that allows everyone to be inclusive in the nation building process. I think we can do something that can make generations to come closer to reality. And one thing you stress on here is about making our schools, our places of worship efficient by driving the force of agriculture. Because when we have any program, whatever the program is, we expect food. Whether big or small program, we still bring in food. And food is one of the key ways of communication, bringing communities back together. Why can't we pronounce those same means to the various churches, the mosques, the educational sectors, and the very community to get involved? And we are talking about $1 billion industry here. And if $1 billion are coming to Africa, I think we are not just going to be building African economy. We are going to be building the strength of a generational income that we will not be able to only come and borrow and borrow and borrow. All over Africa, our countries are borrowing from the West. We keep borrowing and we keep borrowing. But I think we are now reaching the point to realize that there is a potential right at the back of our houses, right at the back of our field. There is a potential lying right there that we can use to build a society and an economy that will work for us all. And if we can see this as it is, we will be on our way back home. If we can see this as it is, our generation will have the business skills needed. We have gone and get master degrees. We have gone and get PhDs. All of the different titles are in Africa. But yet, our continent still face the greatest challenge of feeding ourselves. Poverty is one of the strengths of Africa. How can we erase? How can our PhD respond to our demand right now? Are we really putting the skills of what it takes and the impact of our action into reality? This is where we are. And we are just going to take a little break and we're coming right back. We encourage you to continue to follow us because this is a very, very, very important topic tonight. This is how we are. This is what we can do together.
Fellow Liberians, As we all have entered this year 2023, we have to stand strong in building our country's economy. In doing this, we need to focus on agriculture by going back to the soil, which will help us grow our food, that will help us sustain ourselves. It is often said, and I quote, there's only one thing that can bring our country down and also has the potential of giving our country its bright color. Our dependence on foreign countries for food and energy have led us to be spectators of our country's economy, knowing that agriculture is the backbone of our country's economy. Fellow citizens, I argue you all join the ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Africa 24 Online TV with their host, Ma Abba A. Anderson, the CEO and founder of ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. For a live educative section under the topic, let's educate our farmers.
Yeah, again, we are back and we still have our guests with us. So we will be looking online. Those are, following us from different platforms. We encourage you to please share this video. Please share this video. And I want to say thanks to Brother Aaron Dixon for supporting us. And also thanks to Mr. Mohammed. Also, we say thank you. Mr. Bono, we say thank you. And the list go endless. This is an important topic tonight, and this is where we believe that the truth must be told. And if we can now see things as it is and accept to tackle the growing concern, I think we will be heading somewhere. I think by growing our mind and incorporating the agricultural sector in every level will just upscale our decisions. It will better our economy and it will improve our life. So I'll just stop here. Our guest is back. Yeah, so I don't know what you wanted to add to what we were saying. So I'll give the floor to
Yeah,
you.
I just I believe most of us, the diaspora, we have complained the issue of taxes and other like. I believe what we need to do is we need to come and we need to come together and try to create some this financial institution that people can easily take loan. If you are
Mhm.
waiting for the government will not do it. That's
No,
why you see they will tell you the people that build America, they will not tell the government. It will be difficult for us. If you are waiting for these guys, you are joking.
sure.
We have to come together like people, see how we can create that people can take money. And it is very easy. They can easily, if you have the money, people can take it. Then when they have the produce, we are able to sell, or they are able to sell while we receive our money. When it comes to agriculture, we can easily test that out. It is not something like a car tomorrow they will tell in Africa, oh, it was having an issue, then you are unable or stuff like that. You're
Mhm.
having a farm, you bring us all your program, the farm, what you want to do and what you have been doing, then we are able at this point you need it so we can easily trade.
Yes.
That is number one thing. Because if we sit here and we are complaining, we are not going to do anything and
Nothing.
we are not going to go anywhere.
Mhm.
And this will enlighten us the burden that we are sending. I know people from abroad they send maybe 3 or 5% of their money every month to back home. Guess what? It's for home economics, feeding, housing, shoes, and all the like. If we
Mhm.
can increase it to the 20% and we're trying to invest into agriculture, believe me, we are going to make it. That is
Yes.
something we really need to rethink. We should not be waiting because I'm that one man. I don't complain about the government. I have met president. Even when I left, I was in Sierra Leone last month, and I met the president and a lot of people. There's some things that when they see, you will
Mm-hmm.
not blame them. Believe
Mm-hmm.
me. They will tell you most of the money, even they go and borrow, and that money don't get to their hands. We
Mm-hmm.
tell you
Yes.
their project, they say these people come and do this. Oh, you want to do this, they'll send experts to come and do everything. You don't have that money. So we must learn to understand a lot of these things. So we should not only, in as much as we are glamour that let the government do something, we will have to do something also.
That's it.
So until we get to a level that we start to do something, then why I always count on the diaspora is that they have travel, they have the capital, they are working more reputable company, they know the type of machine they can bring back home
Mm-hmm.
to come and do some of these things. So this mindset, we think, oh, we are abroad, we don't have anything to do with Africa. I'm just looking at them like this. When you wait until you go on retirement, then you understand the impact. Wait until
Okay.
things will change, you buy. Let me just bring you a scenario. There was a pandemic some few years back. You and me, we all witnessed it. Opportunity were given to first two people. You step your leg out, either you are going to the hospital or going to go and buy food.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yeah.
tell you how important this particular sector is.
It is. Yeah.
Farmers are rich people. It is true. In China, the government subsidized 42%.
Mm-hmm.
The farmer, that's the highest in the world. That is true. But we,
Yeah.
the Africans, we find ourselves on levels that you cannot explain. I am saying this also. I said it even on media, those videos that are there on YouTube. In Sierra Leone, almost everything is being imported. Chicken broilers imported, eggs imported.
Oh,
How will you explain? Do you know the condition those eggs are living abroad and coming? How long have they
thank
been?
you.
How will you explain that to me? And yet, more people are just complaining. I was like, God, should we keep on complaining? And one thing I don't like to complain. When I was talking about agriculture, to say, oh, come back home, come back home. I come back home now, but people tell, oh, you were frustrated abroad. And I look at them and I laugh. It's true, I left abroad, but nobody told me I choose to come back home because I know what I'm talking about.
That's it.
And I have people that are getting grounds in as much as they are complaining, they are seeing reasons why they need to engage into agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
if not for that purpose, you must learn to control what you eat. Put a little
Mm-hmm.
garden behind your house, then somehow when you sell it, you have little token from there. Oh, this thing can give money. Start little by little, don't start big. No. Little by little you start to improve. Before you realize you have a whole hectares of land that's your own and you start to farm.
Mm-hmm.
Put it there, go and sleep. You are sure tomorrow you continue. Not something you are yet thinking, oh, why would this thing? No. We need to go into agriculture full time. Don't retreat. Stop talking about the climatic condition. We Africans we never cause anything. We don't have any the issue of climatic condition. Allow those that are there lately should be complaining whatsoever. Target what is good at that particular area you are, the season that you go into it. We have money, you can start going to greenhouses. We should not be complaining and keep complaining.
Yeah. Yeah. And I support that
So
because if we do what you said, I think we would be getting somewhere.
I have more than 400 farmers and the same thing. They are doing well. Top richest people in Africa that engage in agriculture, even at a level of cultivation, value addition, processing, disease control, waste management, name it. It's just for you to identify one sector and just be doing it. Now, my YouTube channel is still under building. I just have 1 point something K followers. I had more than 300,000. It was on tourism, but it was not working. The moment I switched to agriculture, it started back then. I have to give it to my brother because he was also good in tourism. Let him continue. Now I am reviewing agriculture because for me, and I'm saying what There are a lot of things I'm still learning on the ground.
Mhm.
Believe me, people into fish farming, they are making big time.
Yes.
Slave farming, they are making big time. So until we stop complaining and start to do something, I have said it. I'm still telling people. I had an ignorant because I had a lecturer. He had been lecturing for more than 20 years without a garden.
Hmm.
I have to fight for the lesson was revoked. So it's not a time where you want to talk to me. Tell me this is my farm. This is what is happening. Then from there we can start talking. Don't tell me oh agriculture is not profitable or without having something. Until you have something, yes, stop telling me those excuses. So I am happy a lot of people they are saying what is happening, they are beginning to enjoy it, they are trying to engage into it, no matter how slowly we are going to it. But believe me, when I meet a lot of farmers that say, oh, my brother, you're doing a great job. Let me tell you something. I left and I was coming to Liberia. I didn't have a visa because my visa was set alone. But somehow I find myself. When I got at the immigration, they said I was supposed to apply and wait. But when the immigration officer he understood. I said, I move around and promote agriculture. He said, no, we cannot allow you. Let me
Hmm.
communicate with my people there and see if they can give you just 30 days because this mission is a mission we need to. So we cannot to go back. That's how I have to take my passport, go and give me visa. 30 days in Liberia because they saw the importance of it.
Yeah.
So we must learn to brandish this agriculture. Some years ago, people were not thinking about football because they were no people didn't brandish it. They were not talking
Mhm.
about music because the people didn't brandish it. They didn't see the business side. That's why I'm telling people go into agriculture like a business, don't just go like livelihood. Let us brandish agriculture that people will want to like everybody will want to go into it. That's what we need to be doing. So when people start to see success story, oh, somebody was in Liberia, he has started processing rubber into this. Okay, let me get in contact with him. Can I also invest? Okay, I'm in United States. I'm having $5,000, $10,000. Where can I start? Believe me, there are people on the ground that are going to direct you. We have a lot of what the bad part that we have dual nationality, we have documents. We are unable to come back and ask you what is happening. You don't
Yeah.
need too much. Just can first of all just acquire land, start from there, little by little. First of all, it's an advantage when you eat organic. You don't eat all these hybrid GMOs and all the like. Then from there, you start, okay, this is what I need. Can I put short term? Can I put long term? Okay, after 1 year, I start to harvest. Oh, after this, then from there, you start from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. Agriculture is actually the bank. Putting in your time and your resources will give you outcome. And it has been proven.
As I always tell most people, why
Mhm.
your child is listening to you now is because you are feeding him. The
Yes.
moment you stop feeding him, he will not listen to you. So
Yeah.
if African want the world to listen to us, then we need to start contributing and feeding the world. So that anything
Yeah.
they George Floyd in America will tell them, okay, you are not going to receive our gold. And they'll begin to understand when they see 2, 3 days don't have food, then they'll begin to understand the importance of these people. Economic sanction work to some nation and don't work to some nation because they think that those nations they have nothing to contribute. But they
Yeah.
have something to contribute. Economic sanction don't work to them. The only way for us is to engage into agriculture. We have
Mhm.
65% arable land. We have diamond on earth. We have the most fertile land on earth. We have all what the manpower, have the labor, the diaspora have the capital. For God's sake, the diaspora have the capital.
Mhm.
What is
Mhm.
stopping you guys to
Mhm.
come and invest? Don't come and go into farming out. Just the areas that you need to invest. If you want to set financial institution that people need to come and join and go to the farm, let it be so.
Yes. Yeah. And this is a message to
There
us
is
all.
no business on earth without challenges. If you start thinking about the challenge of agriculture, you are wasting your time. Think of
There's
other
no.
businesses you have been doing. And let me tell you, people who sit abroad and they are watching the mainstream media that oh, the South Africans are poor, blah blah blah. They come here, they make money. Those people you see. They will tell you, oh, most of those companies that come here that are making, check around. We have the Lebanese. I don't want to call them. They are making good money here. 2 3 months, they
yes,
go back to their country. They are making good money. But whereas we that we are having the land, we are still thinking, oh, I don't know when. Oh, I need $200,000. For where? If they give you $200,000, there's nothing you are going to do. There's
that's it.
nothing. Start from somewhere. If let me ask anybody that is watching this video or at the point watch this video, if you have 200,000, my brother, I will not advise you to start farming with it. No, sir. Start with little.
Little, that's it.
Start with little. With time, as I getting experience, getting ground, you know what you need to go into it. It may be you start pineapple in time, you know, end of pineapple, you can switch to something else. Okay, at the point you decide, okay, let me begin to advert, let me bring in some machines. That's what you need to think. So, my fellow Africans in the diaspora, we need you guys now more than ever before. We are working in banks. We are working. Some of us we are working in farms abroad.
Oh,
How will you?
yes.
But here we are unable to transfer that knowledge transfers on those machines back home. Oh, we are. You see that tractor? That's what I'm doing abroad. That tractor, bring it back home here. Let's start talking.
Yes.
So until we get to that level that we are able to see that agriculture, the oxygen, not the backbone. Sometimes your backbone can have issues, you still work, but it is the
Yeah,
oxygen. There's no
that's
way.
it. No way.
Then we understand that we are at a point we have to do it. It is not one man show. It is not competition.
No,
Just hold your track,
no.
hold your own, and begin to go. I just
Yeah.
have to do my part. In as much as I'm showcasing, I am still struggling to make sure I still do my own part like a
Mm-hmm,
farmer.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And thank you so much. Thank you for that. And so this is a
Uh,
message to us. Mhm.
Pardon?
This is this is a message to us all. And if you have just tuned in, we want to say a massive welcome to the Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. And we are
Thank you.
discussing agriculture. So please follow, share, and be a part. Go ahead, sorry.
So I think at this point, we just have to keep working.
Mhm.
We have to keep. And let me tell you something. This is my pride to most African youth. Try to have a seat in your parliament.
Mhm.
This issue, we say we are not into politics, is a very big problem. Come and have a seat in your parliament so that you can defend your people, so that you can
Mhm.
bring if you can fight and have a diaspora seat in your parliament, so that anytime it will be easy for you to create an avenue. All the taxes and you guys have been talking, you have traveled abroad, you know how you can fight and implement these things. Yes, we can do
So
it.
true. So true.
So I think we really need to sit up. The time is now or never. If we don't take it now, the agricultural sector, forget. Then when you go to Holland, Holland feed Europe. How a nation like that feed Europe cannot understand.
Okay.
That is
And
why
even
I
Ukraine, and even Ukraine, can you imagine? Ukraine, we were always thinking, does the war superpower is this the war? No, Uneto,
that
no,
is why
Ukraine.
if I happen to go back to visit Ukraine, Holland, I want to see how they are doing it. Those videos Africans they will see. I have to navigate every avenue I see that it can motivate my Africans to invest into this particular sector. Then
Yeah,
let you hold me accountable. I did my part. I must not hold Bible to preach the word of God. That is my ministry. Let me do it.
yes, yes. And God will help you. And these are organic wars, we are not doing this for profit making. We are doing this for educational purpose. We are doing this. to help build our economy, our community, our society in general. We are doing this with the passion that builds in us because we see ahead. Not everyone that has the same vision, and not everyone carries the same grace. We have different callings and different patterns of life. This is our field. And we are seeing what is lying ahead of us. And all we are asking is for you to gravitate to reality. All we are saying is that the life that we live must be accounted for. Everything has a time and a season. The season has come. Africa
Yes.
must
Yes.
rise. We must respond to this name called poverty. It is a name that man made. We can react and counter change it. And that Africa will not just be a land of poverty, but a land of prosperity. We can change the way we do things and incorporate a better method. This is why we are calling. This is why we are here tonight. We are here to encourage you. Maybe you are in Africa or in the diaspora. Maybe you have been farming for years and you have a little experience, or maybe you have experience, but you have lots of challenges. Many parts of Africa, we do not have a platform where we can be able to discuss our challenges because agricultural activities in the whole of Africa has been looked at as people that may have not gone to school, or people that are poor, or people that are least in the society. Now we want to, change the narrative and rebrand ourselves and strengthen our growth and empower new and motivate new people coming in. This sector is going to be reaching out to millions. I am here to tell you that many of the degrees that we earn today are going to perish because there's going to be a new life. With AI being the world most challenged time ahead of us, we must also look at the impact of what we can do. And Africa stands a better chance. Africa stands the better chance. And we must rise up to respond to the reality. We must regroup ourselves. This is the sign that it is rating, that this time has come. Many of you might have not heard young people talking about agriculture in 20 years ago. You will not see many young people to want to even be discussing agriculture. But as you see now, the world is changing. And we must change to walk in line with reality. Yeah. Let us come on this and talk about it. No matter what the condition is, we can all share that knowledge. Let us find this place as a home that we can express our challenges on. So if you are a farmer across the globe, perhaps you may not have challenges, but you are inspiring others. We encourage you. This number on the screen there is our WhatsApp number. Call us. We can, so you add value to what we say, or you can bring in a new idea, and we all can collectively work together. Let us build Africa through agriculture, because that is what we have. And we must use what we have to get what we want.
Mhm.
We have to minimize the unemployment. We have to minimize the food importations that have causing more health conditions unexplainable. We must also realize that our brothers and our sisters, our sons and daughters that are taking in drugs is also a problem. If we can rebrand the society using agriculture as an illustration, I think we will be tackling problems health wise, financial wise, community effects, nationwide, and the rest of it. I think the real answer lies in the field of agriculture, where there is no limitation to expectation. We can build skills from nowhere. We want to make you aware that we can build your skill from nowhere. You do not have to have a certain level of degree before you get into this industry. This is an industry that is so wide open.
Too
All you
wide.
need,
It's very big. We cannot finish it. Very, very big.
we cannot finish it. All you need is to just get around the right people that will motivate you, the right people that can help you with the right knowledge. And this is where we are today. No matter what part of Africa you find yourself, we are calling on us all to come. This is the place that we will be talking truth and reality. This is the place that we will help our society and our various communities. This is the place that we will talk about the pains and the challenges and the improvement that lies ahead of us. The growth of every nation. We are proud to be farmers and we remain vigilant and very proud. I'd like to say thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank
So
you very
just
much.
before we will go, I would like to hear your parting comments just before we close.
You'd like to hear mine?
Your parting comments just before
Okay.
we go.
Uh, First of all, I would like to tell everybody that is watching or is about to watch this video that start little. Don't think about big. Just go closer to somebody that is doing what you want to do. It ask question and start something little. If you don't have money to acquire land, lease a land.
Mhm.
Don't need to buy, just leave. In Africa, it's really easy. You can meet some people that want to do this, they are going to give you land for free just until when you start to harvest before you can give them something. That is how Africa is. Don't hear, oh, sorry. Sometimes when I'm traveling like this, people are like, oh, you are being sponsored by grow people. They don't know that I do this thing out of passion alone. Nobody sponsor me, no organization, no nothing on my own from my pocket. It's because of the passion. You must have passion for what you are doing. Go into
Thank
it.
you.
And lastly, let me tell you, agriculture is not a get quick rich something.
Mhm.
Agriculture is not meant for people that are poor. It's not meant for people that are frustrated or people who don't want to create work. Agriculture is after 5 years you put in the resources. The only thing is that you are supposed to be, you are sure that you have your money and you will make profit. So once more, I want to thank everybody. Remember, he that feeds you controls you. My name is Don Loco Show. I am on the journey to promote agriculture in Africa. Good night. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. That's so much inspiring. And I want to say thank you for escalating agricultural activities on the globe. And we hope to always bring you here whenever we can so that you tell the people as many, information that you get. But we want to say thank you, and please be inspired. Know that we are with you, and
Thank you
this
very
is
much.
a journey that we are into together. And we believe there is going to be a reward in everything that we do. And this reward is so wonderful. So thank you so much as you embark on that journey. Know that we are here with you.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Goodbye. And so, folks, been watching this show. We want to say thank you again. This is the Abba Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union. Our guest, all the way from Cameroon, was on here with us today, bringing in his own analysis about the entire sector and what is the way forward. So, we want to encourage you. Next Sunday, we will be here again, bringing you another edition of the Abba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union, where we talk about agriculture. Remember, we must feed ourselves and we must wake up to reality. If you have just tuned in, we say a massive, massive welcome, and please help us deliver this message by just clicking the share button and let others become a part of this revolutionary change that is away to come. Thank you so much and have a pleasant, pleasant good night. My name is Madam Abba A. Anderson. On behalf of the entire Abba Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union team, we say thank you for being a part and good night.